Welcome to LSB Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
92.3.
Morning, Howard.
Jackie, a little mood lighting, please. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my show business friend. I got a lot of cool stuff going on here. You know, I got a lot of cool stuff, but I got to get sort of motivated. Gary just gave me a phone number for a guy that I knew at summer camp years ago when I was a kid going to summer camp, and this is the guy who stole my girlfriend.
Oh, he actually stole your girlfriend.
Yeah.
He stole a girl you were going with.
A girl, you know that girl we have on the air, Robin, my first girlfriend, my first real girlfriend?
He stole her?
Yeah. Behind my back.
You mean you didn't know it?
He was having sex with her behind my back.
Are you kidding me?
I got his phone number right here. He had the nerve to call in.
You're kidding.
Eventually they all call in.
Well, the guys call.
Yeah. The girls take some coaxing.
Oh, that's
You tried
terrible.
to get some girls for my birthday show. It was difficult, huh? Did Gary contact anyone? Do you know?
First of all, they've all changed their numbers.
And their names and identities.
Everything.
Yeah.
They really have gone underground.
Having sex with me is not something you want to admit, I guess, on the air. I don't know. I mean, not that bad. None of them are left?
Yeah, because it's the two that you really wanted, right?
Well, who were the two I really wanted?
Andrea?
See, but Andrea wasn't a girlfriend of mine. I guess the one I really wanted was...
This year you kept asking for people who hadn't slept with you, wouldn't.
Yeah, right. Well, like Irene Gold would have been good.
No, we spoke to her, remember?
Yeah, but that was me speaking to her. I thought maybe you'd call her again and say it's Howard's birthday show.
She wasn't going to change her mind. I mean, because I spoke to her at that time, wherever she is, and she was...
Ann Whitehead's the other one. Can't find her, though.
Can't find her.
Lynn Sims you couldn't find?
Nope.
I wonder where these girls are.
I remember, which one was it that we started calling and an Indian woman kept answering the phone?
Is that right?
That was the year before.
I can't remember who that was.
There was a...
I think a lot of them moved to Europe and got plastic surgery.
They've entered the witness protection program.
Yeah. Yeah, a special program designed for women who have slept with me or I wanted to sleep with. I don't understand women who I wanted to sleep with won't come on the air. That I don't understand. It's not like I slept with them.
Was there a different Irene?
Yes, there was.
Right,
Arlene and an Irene.
There was Irene, the actress, who
we had spoken to her like 3 years in a row.
And she will not do it.
She wasn't budging.
No. Well, she's married, has a family and kids.
Yeah, but we're not talking about something you did while she's married.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's really weird. But we had a pretty funky sex life, though, and I think that's what she's...
funky sex.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was the...
Funky.
How old were you?
Well...
I was about, about 19. We had a pretty outrageous sex life. We really did.
Because I'm trying to figure out your sex life. Because you were in the bathroom the other day and you were yelling at me that I don't sleep with every girl I go out with, and you're telling me how...
I slept with any girl who wanted to sleep with me, pretty much. No, I shouldn't say that. There were about 5 girls I've turned down.
Yeah, but you said you got every girl you went out with, you got the first night, except for your wife, you got the second night.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
That's not true. I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I said a lot of them I got the first night.
Okay.
I got that. You're too nice with women.
No, but you also came from a different time.
Right.
When that was the thing to do, to show that you were liberated.
Right, that's changed.
Let's get serious.
Times have really changed.
It's the age of AIDS now.
That's right. Times have changed. Now you wait 3 dates.
Now you walk through detectors and everything before you can do it.
Well, I told Gary if I was single and right now in this day and age, I would demand that all my women get blood tests before I sleep with them. I'd have a personal doctor and I'd wait for the results of the blood test.
And you wouldn't have sex.
That's right. I wouldn't have sex until they got their blood test.
I could see him doing that.
I swear I would do it.
Get divorced. I want to see that.
I swear I would do it. I would make them do it.
It's easy to make these claims now.
I'm telling you, Robin, I would do it.
All right.
You know me. I'm nuts. I'm a mental patient. I won't
Then you wouldn't have sex. That's what I'm telling you.
I won't drink from a glass of water unless I have it analyzed.
Well, do you know that some tests have a failure rate?
I know.
They don't detect.
I know it's not foolproof.
Certain things.
I know it's not foolproof, but I'm no fool, so. Anyway, where was I?
You were at this guy.
Yeah, I want to call this guy, but maybe it's too early. Think it's too early, Gary? Think you can get him on the phone?
It's kind of hard, but you never know. Maybe he goes to work early.
Yeah, all right, give him a call.
Yeah, we don't want to miss him.
Tell him I want to speak to him on the air. Did he say he'd speak to me on the air? I don't see why not.
Do so. You must want to.
Yeah.
I'm over here reading about Brian Wilson. Did you know this?
No. No what?
He had a stalled contract negotiation with Z100, so he took out an ad in the trade press saying that he was available for work elsewhere.
Yeah.
So they finally negotiated with him.
You know, I've been thinking, my agent said let's take out an ad.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. Because a lot of people think that I'll never leave here. But I would never leave here as long as I had a contract, but in 6 months I won't have a contract.
Right.
So, I guess it would be in my best interest to take out an ad.
I guess so.
I thought you meant Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys was negotiating with Z100.
Z100.
It's funny, when you say Brian Wilson, I tend to think of the Beach Boy, not the zookeeper.
Well, that made them scared.
Yeah. They were afraid of losing him?
Me. Yeah, they were afraid somebody would come and take him off their hands.
Isn't this station a little afraid to lose me? I mean, you mean Z100's afraid to lose a guy who's losing them ratings? Well, he must have negotiated a couple of months ago when they were still doing good.
No. This is in the paper today, like it just happened recently.
What paper is that?
The Newsday.
Really?
Yeah.
How come he gets nice stuff written about him in Newsday? And how come I don't?
He waited for more than 2 months for an acceptable salary.
That's funny.
And they wouldn't come up with one?
Isn't that amazing? This station doesn't have any fear about me leaving. Right?
That always goes that way. They get too familiar with you.
Yeah, they do. They forget what it was like without me.
So he took out a quarter-page ad in this week's issue of Radio and Records.
Yeah, saying he was available.
Saying he was available
this week's
elsewhere. This week's Radio and Records.
The guy has a 4-something share. They were afraid of losing him. I think that you would think that it was like perfect timing to get rid of him.
It says industry observers were stunned.
I wasn't.
How could they be stunned?
Brian Wilson from Z100 took out an ad. Yeah.
Man.
Can you believe that? He took out an ad in the trade press.
So would they automatically re-sign him?
Well, they re-signed him for more money, and yet the guy has no right. I mean, he's a loser. I like that. I'm going to contact them. I'm going to work over there.
He just signed a contract that'll run till 1991.
I might go work at PLJ.
That's only a year.
I've been talking with them, PLJ.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking of going over there. They want me real bad. They want anybody real bad.
He said they made an offer to him around Christmas that was ludicrous.
I'd like to hear that ludicrous offer.
Any offer to him was not ludicrous.
Yeah, I'd say any offer the fact that they want to keep him, that's ludicrous. I hear Cope is running an ad in the East Coast Rocker. That's just a rumor, though. I don't know if Newsday's picked up on that yet. I just can't believe a guy who's that much of a loser, who keeps, losing ratings for them. The two of those guys. I can't believe that Malroy Communications would want those guys that bad.
Amazing.
I would let them go.
Yeah, see you later. Hope your ad works.
Yeah. Yeah, who's going to hire a guy who's, it's amazing that it always works that way. You take a guy like Imus, he got a better contract, he had a 1 share, and they made him a good contract. Me, I have a good share. Nobody wants to give me a contract. Well, I guess they want to give me a contract. It's just...
They're taking their time.
Yeah. I haven't even made any money demands. I haven't made any demands.
Nobody's talked.
Who cares? I'm sort of the mind that I don't care. Isn't that amazing for me? I don't care.
Well, you're probably thinking, it'll just happen.
I'm almost hoping I don't get a contract and I can take a couple of months off. That would be kind of nice.
I could see that happening.
Oh, you could. Believe me, you might. What is it, Gary?
What do we do while you're off?
What do you want from me? What am I supposed to do? I'm not in control of this situation. Okay. You understand that?
Believe me, he'll be at home. I got to sign something. I got to do something.
No, I'm not like that anymore.
All right, we'll see.
I'm not. I'm a changed Howard Stern. Everybody thinks... What happened? Did you call him?
Yeah, I got his answering service.
Yeah.
But I left a message, but I know what he does.
What? I bet you... Let me take a guess. I bet she's in, like, the catering business.
Come on.
What?
Now, how did you know that?
Because he always talked about going into hotel and restaurant management.
He's a caterer.
He is?
It's Jay's caterer.
That's funny.
Really?
Yeah. That's funny. I really didn't know. I had no idea. Haven't talked to that guy since he stole my girlfriend.
Now, wait a minute. You were 19? No, I'm getting all confused.
I was 18 or 19.
18 or 19 when this happened?
Well, oh, no, excuse me.
This was earlier.
I might have been, excuse me, I was 16. I was 16 when this happened.
And he was already talking about being a caterer.
Yeah, he was older than me. He's 2 years older than me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he
went to an older man.
Yeah. He was going to, then that's what I really resented. Like, he knew how hard I was working to get a girlfriend. And I finally got a girlfriend, and she had the hots for him. But she could never get it. And then I think he finally just gave it to her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, did they go together, or did he just...
He was a very good-looking guy. I hope he lost all his hair and everything, got fat. But I doubt it. He was a very good-looking guy, and women flocked to him.
Yeah.
And really, she meant nothing to him. I know that.
Uh-huh.
It was always easier, though. It was always easier for an older with
yeah.
age.
Oh, absolutely.
If you were too old than you, it was so easy for him to take. A
good-looking guy. He was already sexually knowledgeable.
But a lot of times, even if the guy was good-looking, it didn't make a big difference.
Yeah, the fact that he was older.
Right. Even a year or two at that time.
Yeah, because she was younger than me, so she was definitely impressed with him. And the thing was that he was the kind of guy that like had a lot of women. Like he never thought about going steady with women because he just always had a lot of them. I don't think he had a whole lot of respect for women. And then he knew that she really liked him, and in fact, he blew her off a lot. But then finally, I think they got together, and then she was a lot less interested in me once they got together.
Oh, when it was sort of iffy, you were still hanging in there?
I wasn't even aware that he was doing it for a while, but I had my suspicions.
Well, how did she break it to you?
No one ever broke it to me.
They
kept denying it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They lied to you?
Yeah, but I knew that. But Robin, a man knows. A man knows.
And how did that make you feel?
My self-esteem, I don't have a lot of self-esteem, and I'll tell you something. It's Howard Stern at 16 years old, and I just said, why isn't she totally in love with me? Why is she still looking?
Yeah.
I'm satisfied with her. I was more than satisfied.
Were you guys sleeping together?
Who?
You and the girl.
Yeah.
Oh, you and the...
Yeah.
And then the guy was too. That's pretty terrible.
Yeah, well, and actually, it was very difficult for me to get that whole deal going. And we weren't really, like, it would be lucky, I'd have to beg a lot and stuff, and he would just...
It wasn't regular, it was just like whenever you begged.
Right.
You know what you're jealous about, what took you 6 months to do.
Right,
like
it took him no time, and the thing was that...
It meant nothing to him.
Right.
I don't know that I would have been any different, you know what I mean? It's just, it really just, it disturbed me more that she was like that, not that he was like that. Any guy would have done it.
Sure.
But I still don't like that guy. Oh, yeah, he's got a catering service?
Yeah, so maybe he'll call back at 9 o'clock.
That's funny, because he was going off to, I kind of thought it was kind of neat, because we worked in a kitchen.
Right.
So he was going off to hotel and restaurant management school. One of the colleges offered a like New Paltz or something, offered a program in that. And I thought that was kind of neat, Like actually prepare for a career. That made sense to me. That that makes college sensible.
Right.
When you
rather than going and getting a liberal arts education and not knowing what to do with yourself when you get out.
Right, or a communications degree, I mean, he at least had that go. And I said to myself, I'd be really good at hotel management and restaurant stuff, and I loved doing it. I loved working in a kitchen. I always wanted to be a chef. It's really weird they say that, but it's true.
Yeah, I see you in the kitchen so much now.
I know, but as a job, I think I would like it. Because I always worked in kitchens, and I liked it. So he went and did that, and I had a feeling that he would stick with that. Oh, good. I want to talk to that guy later.
That's funny.
Yeah, because I want to know the truth. I want to know all the details.
Everything she did, how long it was going on, you don't know any of it.
Yeah, I don't know any of it. I just know it was happening.
Because maybe she wasn't cheating on you.
Because then we can call her and have a three-way conference. Because it really destroyed me. It really did. I mean, it was a really difficult, because every time we'd walk around, she would, like, run over to him, and I knew that she was totally into him, and he could care less about her, but...
I mean, this is when you were going with her. She was running over to him.
Right.
How could you do that?
I know. How could I do it? I was desperate. I didn't have a radio show. That's how I did it.
This is the man who just said he'd have all his women going to the doctors to be checked out.
Well, it's different now. All right, 6:33, 90 list here of stuff to do, so we'll be back right after this.
Yesterday.
Who?
The three of you?
We just came up with a bunch of ideas and stuff for today's show.
You didn't write any bits?
Not a pre-recorded bit as you know it. In fact, we get a lot of pre-recorded bits to sort of play that we have to catch up on.
All right.
A lot of stuff we did last week that we hardly played.
You know this is the year of the bit.
Yeah, the bit, yeah. We'll be replaying some of those bits.
Okay.
6:33, we'll be back right after.
Path Week. That is a terrible show.
Isn't it terrible? Shadow Stevens, Loose Cannon, Max.
What happened to his looks?
Yeah, didn't he lose him? Yeah, that's good.
Whew.
I hope this guy Jay lost his looks. Like Shadow Stevens.
It can happen.
Man, my voice is in the toilet bowl, huh? It's amazing. You know, DeVeo Auto Leasing, 943. Hey, what's on my list? If I can find it. You know, when I got that Charles Manson record, I know we had a tape of it, but now I've got it on disc.
What, which one?
His big album, his biggest album called Lie.
People Say I'm No Good, is that the song we're listening to?
Yeah, but there's some other tracks we've never heard.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I was checking this out yesterday. Hold on a second.
Charles Manson, one of our favorite artists.
You hear all that? You hear all that air? You hear that noise?
Yeah.
It sounds like a wind tunnel. It's not that, Jackie. Jackie thinks it's the tape machines, but
Sometimes it is.
So it's been
Sounds
every
like that
piece of
fanning.
equipment in there.
it's gotten worse in the last couple of weeks. So they've definitely done something different. I don't know how the other jocks don't. How come they don't? Do they squeal when they go on mic?
No.
You don't hear it at all? Check out this tune. This might not be the song I want. I was getting.
Yeah.
From Charles.
It's in the back.
Yeah.
Front. No, it's in the back.
I'm getting
No, it's
into
in
it.
the front. No, it's in the back. They shoved it in the back.
Some of these songs aren't that horrible. If you actually go back into that period of time when we used to listen to like Jesse Coltrane and all that
Right.
stuff, it's
Well, now I'm listening to it, and I say to myself, well, he could be a Laurie Anderson.
yeah, oh, absolutely.
You know, if he got some a Casio.
Yeah, he could be like a Laurie Anderson, or she has a new album out. We should get that.
Yeah.
He could definitely be a performance artist down in the Village. People would probably dig him.
He'd be big.
Yeah, he'd be like that guy from Talk Radio, Bogosian. Eric
They have a
Bogosian.
one-man show, that's right.
Charles Manson and Oliver Stone in Talk Radio. Because Charles Manson, a lot of times he would, as a matter of fact, the reason that he probably killed Sharon Tate was that night he was after some big record producer who had turned him down, and he was supposed to be at Sharon Tate's house. That was a theory for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he used to send death threats all the time to record producers who turned him down.
Really?
Yeah. I'm surprised someone didn't sign him. I know the Beach Boys produced some of his songs on their, one of the albums.
It was Dennis, right, who
Yeah.
was into him.
In fact, one of the Beach Boys, on one of the Beach Boy records is a song written by C. Manson. That's,
Yeah.
Charles Manson.
Put it in the back. All the love in the back. Get in the back. All the love, get in the back, boy.
Yeah.
And they call it your subconscious.
Dig it. Very traveling Wilbury-ish.
You know, I just got a strange thought.
Yeah.
Did this get published, or released by anyone?
Yeah, it got released by, some wacky label. This wasn't real, it was never really.
A real record.
No.
It's like John and his record.
Right. And now it's been released by Awareness Records,
Oh, I see.
which is probably some guy who got the tapes and said, what the hell, let me put it out on disc and see if we could sell a few copies.
All right. Because I'm just sitting here thinking, this is like Stuttering John.
Yeah, right. It's like some guy making his own record. Well, that's what Charles Manson used to do.
Oh, boy.
Stuttering John could end up, killing some actresses and stuff. Starting a cult in the desert.
Much thing.
Real nice record to have in your collection to freak your parents out. 16-year-old kid brings this one home, sticks it in the record collection. Mom will stop hassling you.
I am a mechanical man.
Cool. Yeah.
You're going.
This It's no worse than what Yoko does.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking that, all those other musicians are those murderers.
Yeah, right.
Was running around.
With the swastikas in their forehead. It's like Squeaky Fromm on bass.
Yeah.
Tex Watts
on bongos.
On bongo and sitar simulation.
Oh, boy.
Who are the other musicians? Let's see. Let's see. Maybe they got no inner sleeve on this thing.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Can't believe it. Leslie West. Leslie West and Jack Bruce. Evidently.
West Bruce and
Man. T-Bone Walk.
Why there was
we know this one.
Mixed up
Oh, yeah, this is my favorite.
It got that way.
People say I'm no good.
Excellent.
Now look at
Amazing when we're familiar with a Charles Manson song. Like we know this one. Well, we put this on
Sing
our.
along, yeah.
We did this on our Casey Kasem audition. Remember?
Yeah.
That's when I almost got the job for Casey Kasem when he left American Top 40.
But you lost out to Shadow Stevens.
Yeah, Shadow Stevens. Coming up on American Top 40. A group who's really... I heard Casey Kasem this weekend. He said something pretty interesting. That Joe Cocker, the first time he was on Ed Sullivan, did you hear this?
Mm-mm.
He was like Elvis. They didn't want to shoot him because his arms and stuff, he was always so spastic, and they thought he was making fun of CP kids.
Yeah.
So they surrounded him with all dancing girls, so all you saw was Joe Cocker's head.
You're kidding.
Yeah, while he
I don't
performed.
remember that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Casey did.
That's why we love him.
Yeah. Nice little number. I wonder if that's Manson on guitar. I doubt it. It's a little too musical.
Too good.
your home is where you're happy. It's not where you're not free. Your home is where you can be what you are, 'cause you were just born to be. Now there's
Reminds me of that maniac who used to come visit us. The guy who broke into Yoko's apartment.
Oh,
Omer.
Omer, yeah. Whatever happened to Omer?
I think he's living in the desert.
Yeah?
On a ranch. And people.
Got a family?
He's got like a family, and people just come and live with him and stuff.
throw you that castle.
Ooh, cool.
Ooh.
It's one of the girls. One of the Manson girls.
Susan Atkins.
Yes, Susan Atkins. Lynette Squeaky Fromm. Susan Atkins on vocals. It's kind of frightening that it actually could have happened for him.
So there lived a squatter with
Everybody was always trying to imitate that Beatles stuff. We'd have some gibberish, and then you go right into a song. It's Manson.
Weren't his nose a droopy red and his whiskers gray.
Super. Is this much different than the Grateful Dead? Driving that train and cocaine. He could have been doing shows and living in fancy hotels while all his followers sort of camped out. If he didn't get into that murder thing.
It was a wrong turn.
Yeah, it was a bad move, a bad career move.
I don't know who was advising him at the time.
Patty Scalfa.
Are you called a
Garbage dump.
Garbage Dump, our other favorite, yeah. That was the single. It was one side was People Say I'm No Good, and the other side was Garbage Dump.
This one's called, ready? Don't Do Anything Illegal.
Okay. I'll buy that.
Here you go. Don't do anything illegal. On 92.3 K-Rock, WYSP, WJFK. Starts out every song with a vocal. Your sack.
They got you in a sack, and they keep you looking back.
So do you think this is like all his followers playing instruments and stuff?
Yeah, I think it's them sitting around in that farmhouse.
Next song, Stab a Bitch for Christmas.
Right.
So, let's see. The next one is Sick City Man. Unfortunately, the bad part about this, all his songs sound the same, you know?
Yeah.
You
He
get a little-
wasn't real varied in
No.
his music.
Want to hear some Sick City? Dig it. Some good Manson music to wake up to in the morning.
Basically, it's the same theme in the words, too.
Yeah. Oh, there's that babe again, I think.
Let's see.
Oh.
What was we talking about? 69.
He had a neat little thing going. Why he had to get into that killing, I'll never know, because he had all these chicks that hung around with him, and even guys who did his bidding, and...
Because he was basically a criminal.
Yeah, I guess he just couldn't overcome that. I mean, he had a real neat thing going. Yeah, a little place in the,
In
sit
the
around and play
woods
guitar.
there, yeah.
People go out and steal for him and all that. They could have had, like, a pretty nice thing going.
If he had been smart,
Right.
he could have just been sitting out there for years. He could have become one of the biggest gurus
Right.
of the time.
And people would have flocked to him and stuff.
Restless people.
Could have done his music for them.
Walking all alone, nobody sees.
He's a regular Cat Stevens.
Restless as the wind, this town is killing me.
Jackie's, is that different from the stuff you put out in the 60s? That marijuana song?
Actually, it's better.
Really? They call it marijuana. And where is that song? They call it marijuana. I mean, is there really that much difference?
Jackie, if you just hooked up with a few good killers, maybe you'd have put out some good
Yeah.
music.
He's mumbling. Come on.
Yeah. He's mumbling.
He's mumbling.
Maniac. Jackie had a little ranch. Want to hear, I'll play one last song. Want to hear, what's your favorite? Big Iron Door, I Once Knew a Man, and Eyes of a Dreamer.
Uh-oh, Eyes of a Dreamer?
Yeah.
That's a John song.
Isn't it?
John has a song, Eyes of a Dreamer.
No.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. I mean, there you go. He ripped it off from Manson.
Let me hear that one.
Eyes of a Dreamer?
Yeah.
Hey, do we have Jackie's marijuana song?
I got the Whom That May Concern. I'll go with
All right, see if you get the marijuana, or even To Whom It May Concern. I'll take either one.
Here it is.
I mean, really, if we had an audience poll, I think Manson would win.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I think why don't we do like Battle of the Bands?
In the eyes of a dreamer, it's all in the eyes of the man. In the eyes of the man.
Digging it.
All the song.
I bet you if we put that up against the pop song, it would win.
Yeah, if we did like and we didn't tell people it was Charles Manson.
Right, yeah.
They could buy some, I mean, Jackie's is a little better produced. That's about it.
I don't know quite what to do, what to make of this. Every time I try to decide, my mind wants to run and hide.
What are you, like, doing a country thing? Is that your thing, country?
It's a nice song.
Yeah.
It's funny because, here's Manson, a little hillbilly, trying to sing rock and roll,
Right.
and Jackie, who's like a city boy, trying to sing country music.
Countrypolitan.
I like to pick at the guitar like that.
Yeah.
And that's just how I wrote the song.
I like to see you pick your nose like that.
I do.
I don't know why.
It gets so confusing when you're losing.
I can't, I just keep thinking back to when we asked Jackie about the lyrics to this song.
I do too.
Yeah. I can't help.
I don't know why. I don't know quite what to do.
No, it gets kind of confusing when you're losing.
I wrote the song when a caterer was boffing my girl behind my back.
Yeah. It gets confusing when you're losing what? A battle with a woman?
This girl.
When you're losing a girl.
Yeah.
And when you're winning, there's no such thing as pride.
Nothing bothers you.
No such thing as pride. Pride. I know he's smiling when he's singing.
Get out your song.
No such thing as pride.
Get out your song and put it in.
Psychedelic B is better than this.
Yeah. And that I did in 6th grade. You did this as an
I
adult.
don't mean psychedelic B. I mean
Well, Freddie wrote the lyrics down the road, so take it up with him.
the Stern Bounce or whatever that other one was.
Yeah. What was it again? You don't... What was the last line?
When you're winning, there's no such thing as pride.
I don't get that line. That's the one line, seriously, that I never understood. I'm being a power guy.
No, he makes his living doing music.
Yeah. He was at my birthday party.
Ricky, yeah.
Yeah, Ricky from Circus of Power.